Most of you guys haven't been here this long, but in July of 2023, me and my husband opened our first official 529 for both of our kids. At the time, my oldest was 6, my youngest was 2. Now they are 7 and 3. So our goal for our kids is that they do not have to take out any student loans. I do not want them starting their lives shackled down by debt like we were. I just don't want that to be something that they have to do and worry about. And it's just like, also, how can I have the mindset of, we're going to pay off our house early and be mortgage free before I turn 30, but then have our kids not set up to not go into debt as soon as they graduate high school. Like, it's just not what I want for them. And I know there's different opinions on what kind of college savings account can be best. This is what we decided on ultimately. It's very easy. It's very flexible. And one thing that's cool is that we do get a state tax deduction for contributing to a 529. Everyone check with your state, because that's just the rules for my specific state. There's different rules for everyone. I will say that if there's any people out there who are going to have a child soon or is pregnant, start now. The cool thing about 529s is that you can change the beneficiary. So I just feel like if I could go back in time, I 100% would start contributing once I found out I was pregnant with my child, just because I feel like it's never too early to start. I know some people say, well, what if my child doesn't go to college? I didn't go to college, my husband did. So that is definitely a possibility that they do something different. I know that now there has been a recent change with 529s where even if they don't go to college, you can roll the funds into a Roth IRA. You can do up to 35K. I definitely am not an expert, but I do believe that it's likely that they'll end up upping that amount as time goes on with inflation and things like that. Again, that's nothing set in stone. It's not 100%. That's just what I personally believe will end up happening in the future. Aside from that, again, you can change the beneficiary. You could end up changing that to someone else, maybe your other child. So for us and our family, I feel like it is the best option. Anyway, I thought it was way overdue with doing an update of how it's going and how much we've contributed so far. If you're new, our priority is our mortgage and paying off our house early. We have about 9 more months left in this payoff journey, and we are set to have a paid off house by July of 2025, coincidentally 2 years after starting this 529. Even though majority of our money is going towards this mortgage and paying it off early, on average it's about 50 to 55% of our income going towards the mortgage, we are still contributing to this 529 very sparingly right now, just because I know that once this house is paid off and that income is freed up, we can contribute a lot more, but every little bit counts. This year in 2024, our goal was to contribute $1,000 to both of their 529s, so $1,000 combined. Last year when we started it in July, we contributed a total of $200, so $100 with each kid. And then again in December, we contributed $100 each. So a total of $400 in the year of 2023. We didn't really have like a structured plan for it. We just wanted to do it as we could. We had a little bit of extra money in July and we got it started then. So for this year, in April, we contributed $50. I've been kind of prioritizing my older child. I guess the idea is that he's likely going to go to college first. So I want to kind of accelerate his a little bit more and then be a little bit more lax with my now 3-year-old. Contribution I did in April of 2024, that was $50 for my older child. And then in June, we contributed again. We did a total of $250. I did $100 for my younger child, $150 for the older child. So that was a total of $300 for the year so far. In July, we did a little bit more, $200 total, $100 for each child. That was a total of $500. That is a total of $900. So in total, with both accounts, it is sitting at about $1,020 in total, with us contributing $900. So I would say that that is a difference of $120 in earnings. Again, this is like $1,000, so this isn't your typical 401k, stuff like that. We're just starting out. So today what I did was finish off our goal of $1,000, and I contributed $500 today. And we actually did that by using our savings that we have for our kids. We have like a sinking fund within our savings account, which I talked about in this video. We started out the sinking funds at $1,000 for each kid, and over time with this payoff journey, we've leaned into it and used it as we needed to. But I remember to give myself grace, because that's what that money is for, if we needed it. Right now, it's from $2,000 combined down to about $1,000 combined today. We decided to take $500 out of that and contribute it to the 529 to finish off our goal. because to me, I feel like the money is just working better for them in their 529 with this big goal we have for them of having no student loans. We need to get going. Like, there's only like another 10 to 11 years before my oldest graduates high school, which I know that's a long time, but in the world of contributing money and things like that, I'm trying to play catch up. That time's going to go fast in that world. So contributed $500 today. I did do $250 per kid. So that's pretty good in my opinion, especially with it being at 1,000. Technically, that's 50% more than what it already is. So I'm happy with that. We're doing the best we can with what we have right now. I'm really excited to see how things really take off for our financial future after the house is paid off in July. For sure, I want to contribute like as much as we can and just get them there. I've heard success stories with 529s where people say, I am now using the money that my parent contributed to our 529 to get through school, to get through college. It's so helpful. I've heard other people talking about how they've contributed over the years to their kids' 529 and now their kid doesn't have to worry about stuff like that. Like, I just don't want my kid to worry. I will say that I am going to try to just give them that education, maybe taking a gap year, maybe just making sure, hey, are you sure that this is what you want to do? You know, you're only 18. Like, are you sure that that's what you want to do? Do you want to do this for some time and just really kind of focus and figure out what you're actually passionate about? Because a lot of people, as we know, don't use their degrees, and I just don't want that for my kid. I want them to be doing something and getting a degree in something that they can actually use and isn't worthless, basically. So definitely we still plan to have them apply for scholarships, all of that, but I just want to make sure that, you know, they're making the right decision for their future and they're not getting a degree in left-handed puppetry. It's just something that they can actually use. So we definitely want to set them up best way possible and more so have these funds there for whatever's left over. Even though I've never been to college, I do know that a lot of people go just to go, and I do not believe in that. If you don't know what you want to do, wait around until you do, because 5 figures of debt is not something to play around with. That's truly my opinion. That is where we are at with their 529, 15 months after opening it. I like it. It's super easy. They have an app that's so user-friendly. Like, I really enjoy it. It makes me want to contribute more. And I've seen the difference with the tax deduction. Even though we only contributed $400 last year, it still changed our refund a little bit. And I saw those numbers work when we put that in for their tax deduction. I suggest it to anybody. I just feel like at this point, some type of college savings account makes sense for anyone. And it's like, we can't keep complaining about the student loan crisis if we're not trying to set up our kids if we have the means to do so. One other thing that I do like about 529s is the You Gift portal, where people that you know can contribute to their 529. Not that anyone has done so for my kids. We don't have a village at all, but that's a video for another day. I still like that option's there. That's very, very cool. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.